your psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Bowen!
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
Yes, indeed, you'll like this bit. I started, and I hadn't noticed I was on the screen, right? I was like, I was busy going on, but no. Yes, indeed, you will like this. You will like this because Uncle Tom tells you to, and if Uncle Tom tells you to, you probably will. Probably be a bit naughty. And you'll probably like it. Yes, indeed. I have Merry Sunday to you, one and all. I hope you're all reveling in our new what was it called? Chaucerian? No. It was a we just ended an Elizabethan era, right? What's it called? What's the Charles era called? What's the Charles era called? It's the Carolean. So Carolean is derived from the word Carolus. It sounds kind of sexual, which is Latin for Charles. Previous Carolean age had been closely associated with the reign of Charles II. Well, that makes sense because he was the last one, right? I mean, like 25-year reign. I mean, listen, I can see him reigning that long, frankly. I mean, he's 70 now. I can see him living to 100, living to 95. Couldn't you? Yeah. Especially with today's medicine, he's probably in pretty good nick. Although, I have to tell you, let me pull up that eye candy for a second. My thumbnail for my commentary was, I think, pretty spot on. I am reasonably sure that he was off his face. I mean, may I present you? Oh, sorry. May I present you Exhibit A? Yeah, that man's high. Maybe I shouldn't have dropped acid this morning. I don't know. See if it works out okay, Your Majesty. See, I think that's a commentary we can all get behind, right? You know, like I lovingly take the piss because I am a big royalist. I do like the royal family. Yeah, imperfect though they are, right? I do enjoy. I like a street party too, quite frankly. I like the reason for there being a street party. That's more than anything else. You know, like who gives a shit? Listen, we're told to shut up. That, like, you know, we got these like weird sexual trans acts that were going on for children, and we're being told to shut up about that. But we can't go, oh, let's have a bit of a party. Really? That was good. It's all about control, baby. It's all about control. But yes, he does look off his face. I kind of want to do a bunch of Andy Warhol as Prince from this, like, because he's I mean, like, again, maybe put the 8-bit glasses on him. Clearly very high. Fair play, Your Majesty. Fair play. If I was being crowned. Me too. And now you got a big concert tonight. You got Shooty Gatwood doing some Shakespeare for you. I mean, it is all happening. It's good to be the king. I would be okay. I would wear a T-shirt like saying "It's good to be the king" if I was the king. Like if you called me, yeah, it was it was a Mel Brooks thing. I think. Hang on. It's good to be The king, Mel Brooks, yeah. Images. No, I want to find something a bit higher res. It's from History of World Part 1, I think. Oh, here it is, doink. And I grab that image. I think this very clearly encapsulates where His Majesty should be right now. Oh no, that's not on screen. Doink. Yeah. I mean, again, I would have that as a T-shirt. Without the rap remix on it. Just it's good to be the king. Let me find pictures of it though. Oh, man, where'd it go? Hang on, I lost the window. Do my head in now. This one? Oh no! Did I just close the window? Oh no, it's over here. It was a tab. Oh, don't. That just did my head in. Here you go. Found it. Found the image. Now, is that Gina Davis? Hang on. We the chat was like, where'd the image go? Come on. You just said it was there. Where is it? I will try again. One more time. Hello? No? Oh, there. Here you go. Doink. Is that Gina Davis? Could be Gina Davis. Yeah, it's good to be the king. Indeed. Anyway. So that completely threw me off. So anyway, I think my commentary is quite right. Yes, he was the first monarch, clearly off his face as he got crowned. Right? It was like, whoa, okay, so good for him. Fair play, Your Majesty. Fine. What else is going on? Are we going to talk about the teaser trailer, the Tingle teaser trailer? We got it in 1 second. The Tingle teaser trailer. The Tingle teaser trailer 2. It was the Tingle teaser trailer 2, right? We're going to talk about that. You have to play it backwards once again. Screen Rant is a ranting manner, and boy, do we want to hear what they have to say. But yeah, Gallifrey rises. Oh, here we just doink. There you go. Russell Davis resurrect Gallifrey again. Yes, of course. Guardians of the Galaxy box office disappointment. It's tracking slightly better than Ant-Man and Wasp, which was a massive disappointment. So, yeah. Unless Ant-Man and Wasp reset their expectations significantly. I mean, listen, it's not just the brand is dead in terms of getting people to the cinema, right? It's the brand is dead in that it doesn't repel people from a previously existing good brand within it, right? Like people always knew Guardians of the Galaxy was good, but now they go, oh, don't know, Marvel, man, Marvel is shit, right? That's what happens when you get. That's the problem they're at now. Marvel is shit. That really is the problem. Right, it's listen, you go, yes, what a shock. You did exactly what we told you not to, right? You did it anyway, and you're still doing it with your Marvels, right? With your some quite good shot on Twitter or something like comparing the old and new costume and going, who gives a shit? So how many more times Gallifrey is going to rise and fall? It is getting a bit pornographic at this point now, isn't it? I was trying to find. What was it? It was something on Twitter. I can't remember. Guardians of the Galaxy? No, it wasn't about that. It was about Was it? I can't remember. Oh man, I think it'll come back to me in a minute, but I just totally blanked on that. Right, completely and totally blanked for that. So I'm just aimlessly scrolling through Twitter, seeing I see anything that sparks my memory. Right, not really. No, lots of quite good comics there. I see me on Twitter right now. Oh, boy, that's bizarre. That was really weird. I forgot I streamed onto Twitter. Right, I'm going back. It can't be that much more further back. I mean, it's only been like, I looked at it this morning. I mean, I guess that's crazy, right? I don't know. I'm not a big Twitter. I'm not a big social media user in general. Frankly, I find it a bit of a pain in the ass. It's a necessary evil, right? I'd much rather not talk to anyone and be left alone. But I don't know. I do find the outlet of being able to scream into the wind. Oh man! If I could remember who tweeted it, right? I do see they're like baying for blood for this crazed Michael Jackson impersonator that was on a killing rampage that 3 people had to subdue. Unfortunately, one of them was white, right? And that was a problem, right? That was a bloody problem. No, one of them was white. Oh, 1 second. We got to look at this a minute. Yeah, 1 second. Let me bookmark this tweet. Doink. The toxic fandom are not happy with the coronation, right? And also much of professional Doctor Who. You had Ado, whatever her name is, Martha's mother in Doctor Who, right? What's her name? Jessie. What's her name again? Francie Jones, right? Yeah. So that was that was her. So they had her on TV, and when the Windsor family came out to the balcony to do a bit of a royal wave, she was like, "Oh, I'm embarrassed they're so white." I'm like, "Darling, it's a family. That you're being weird and racist now. Imagine looking at a black family going, oh, they're a bit black. I mean, what is up with that, right? What is up with that? Somehow, oh my God. Okay, let me show the screen. This is very funny. This is genuinely derailed me because it was too funny. Now, Penny Morgan, right? I thought was the standout hottie of the coronation, right? Absolutely holding that sword aloft, and mine too. Somebody pointed out she's giving Powerland free advertising, and they're not wrong. That's a bit weird. Look at that. Look at the dress. Look at the logo. Look at Poundland. It's essentially Poundland. That's weird. I mean, can we all agree this is weird? I don't know, mate. Yeah. That's strange. Okay? That a coincidence? I don't know. Look, the Penny Mormont mystery thickens. As does my loins, Penny. As does my loins. You look like you're a fantastic swimmer, darling. And I mean that as a compliment, right? As a compliment. Only in the best possible taste and being highly respectful, as I am well known to be. That's me. Tzvi, highly respectful Lebetkin. Oh, speaking of which, I got agony coming to me this week. We have candidates for new rabbis. It's a part-time position. vying for our attention in our synagogue, right? God bless them. And they're so we're getting one a week and then a week off. But that means, right? You have prayer groups called minions, right? You have these little prayer groups. I go to the early one. I go to the grumpy old man one, the leave me alone one, right? We don't want to have anything to do with you and your authority, right? We don't want anything to do with the officialdom. That's my prayer group, right? Like I sit with the guys behind me, and I talk about conspiracy theories, and we just fit in fine, right? I want to be left alone, okay? That's where I am, right? And so they're going to come in and they're going to give little speeches. But here's my thing. Where I sit, right? I sit right at the bloody front, right? With this like little lectern, right? Because I like it. I got a bit of room up there, right? So I'm like, I can't nod off. I'm like right in his face, right? And then one of them is not this week. I think it's the last week. It is the old rabbi's son, and I really, really like the old rabbi. So I'm like, look, I wasn't planning on voting. I would vote one of two ways. I got to go through it. Not voting. That's really what I want to do. That's number one. I don't know if the rabbi's son wants it. I guess I would vote for him. Because I like the rabbi so much, the old rabbi so much, right? And then again, like, why would I want to have him like, shackled here? Run free! Run while you can! I would scream. I don't know, but that's my crisis of conscience, right? Or I'll find out who the people I don't like and vote against them. Oh, it's too much. It might do my head in. I'm sure this is not what God wanted. Right, I'm sure this I'm sure this headache is not what God wanted. But the problem with the upshot is this: I'm gonna get home later, right? I got to hear somebody speak. Oh, fuck me! I hope they're short. Oh, because the ones that go on, they're the worst. Oh, they're the worst. Okay, one of the reasons why the old rabbi was so awesome. I mean, there's a few reasons. Firstly, he is just like such an example of how to be a good person, right? I think he's genuinely a good person, and he exudes that, right? And not in a showy way, right? Just genuinely, I have a lot of respect for him, his family, whatever. So you got that going, but also when he spoke in synagogue, it would always be under 5 minutes. Oh, and he'll say something. It was actually it wasn't waffle. Oh, under 5 minutes, please, for the love of God, under 5 minutes. The one after the good one, he was out for going 45 minutes, right? People wanted to shoot themselves. Although in all fairness, that is when prayer really sprang into like further, because people were praying, just get it out of here. Anyway, right. So where we're up to. So we're going to get Gallifrey back and get rid of the Jodie era. I think so. I think we're going to have room to scrub it away. I don't know. I don't know where Russell's head's at. Right? It's very hard to tell. I mean, it's very easy to tell if you're cynical and expecting it to be bad. Then it's very easy to tell. Let me be clear. If you're a schmuck like me and want to be optimistic, it's very hard to tell. Yeah, well, you can't fight against truth and reality. It is what it is, mate. It ultimately, like, Russell just doesn't get drag queens is not a good thing. and he thinks anybody who thinks so is a bad person, right? He just that's it. Bam! Got the woke mind virus. Got him there. What can you tell you? It's taken a lot of us. The woke mind virus. He's got it less than most, right? But yeah, beware the woke mind virus. It's kind of like the post-apocalyptic world of The Last of Us, right? Where you have like people who've been infected the longest are like really kind of deformed now, like these weird clickers. Yeah, they're least recognizable as being human, right? The ones who went in first, right? The Keith Owens, the Whoopi Goldbergs, the ones that like have truly mutated into weird caricature parodies of themselves. The entire cast of The View, they're all spitting image versions of themselves now. It's really weird, but they are. And they're also dumb. Oh, I love Sonny Houston trying to explain something. It's one of the greatest things. If you never heard it, it's what they have go to their Facebook page. They put their videos on. It's sublime, right? It's the most insane thing you've ever heard. I go to anything political with Whoopi Goldberg. Oh my God, yes. If you're a fan of Dumb Country, that's where I would recommend going, right? If you're a connoisseur of the Dumb Country, not the Dumb Fucker, it's different. Dumb Country. It's more like got more of a seafood essence. That is the place to go. Indeed. Let us get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Fine. What's going on? We got Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren? Let me have a quick look at the Rumble chat. Let's see if that's good. That's a working. Hang on, I'll go doink. And yeah, there you go. That's on. There you go. If you're on Rumble, if you can hit subscribe, that'd be awesome. If you're not on Rumble, can you go on Rumble and hit subscribe? Because that'd be awesome. Oh, so awesome. So crazily awesome. I'm feeling tingly all over. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I don't want to tell you why. But, the carpet might get sticky. All I'm saying, keep yourself together, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember, this is only an exhibition. Please, no wagering. Darren Evans here. How you doing, Darren? I have no idea what I was talking about just now. Darren Evans here. How you doing, Darren? Thank you for joining us. Jonathan Cox is here. How you doing, Cox? Thank you for joining us. Yes, how do you stuff with food and drink? Well, that is good news. I am. Did you have a bit of a Sunday lunch? Do you have a carvery? Oh, I love a carvery. Man, I do love a carvery. The closer we come to a carvery is Jewish New Year, first night. There's 2 nights of Jewish New Year. On the first night, we do beef Wellington. My wife makes a fabulous beef Wellington, Yorkshire pudding, peas, roast potatoes. If you can ever get them, parsnips. Oh, a root vegetable shouldn't make me erect, but it does. It does. Oh, I love a parsnip. I do. They're very, very yummy. They're like potatoes, just much better. That's close to go. But I do love a bit of a carvery. Oh, fresh roast beef, Yorkshire puds. Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. I haven't had a bit of a carvery for 20 years. Maybe 30 years. I don't know. Do they still have them? They're probably like totally not economical. I don't know. I remember they had one on Gordon Ramsay's show where he took them out of being a carvery. So if you can't afford that, are you out of your mind? And he's like, oh, you might be right. I'm charging $2.99 for like a $30 meal. Okay. So I'm glad you're stuff with food and drink. Darren Evans here. Shymek is here. Hey, doing Shymek. I'll be stepping away a bit into Lock Chemist for a bit. Should be back about 15. Okay. Well, if I read that correctly, you were back about 10 minutes ago. If I read that correctly. Sir Devon on Cam Productions is here. How you doing, Sir Devon Cam Productions? As is PD Rich, you are also here. PD Rich, always the one with great great background information. Just been to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3, says Matthew Burrows. It's the best film since Endgame. That's not, that's not really saying much. They've just had shit since Endgame, and Endgame wasn't that good, right? Yeah. That's not a good approbation. I believe it's a good movie, but I believe I'm going to wait till it's on Disney Plus, or I can download load it with BitTorrent, and then by the time I get to watch it, it'll be on Disney Plus. However, it delivers and is noteworthy. Look, I've been a strong proponent of James Gunn as a filmmaker, right? I've only ever seen highly entertaining experiences from James Gunn. That's the only thing I've ever. I always enjoy watching a James Gunn thing. I love Peacemaker. I love Suicide Squad. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I like all of them. I think they've all been great. I love the Christmas special. I love them. Right? I think they're just spot on. How will be the last movie, Marvel movie film? I suspect. Yeah, exactly. I think that review is probably one I will agree with 100% when I get to see it. Superhero genre is dead. It is dead. I agree with you. They have absolutely killed it, right? And now they're like literally just fucking the corpse. I feel bad about James Gunn with Superman. I mean, Superman might not be as dead because it's more of a perennial, right? There's always a Superman going on, right? Even when there wasn't superhero movies, there's always a Superman. So that might continue, right? And the whole James Gunn verse, it depends. Quality. It's quality. Quality was listen. What I would have done if I was in James Gunn's place, I would have done the reset with a Flashpoint, but I would have certainly kept Henry Cavill's Superman, and I would have explored that, or I would have broken off. Like I would have had on HBO Max, I would have had the Snyderverse universe continue, right? And then I would have done maybe something different in the cinematically, right? But I think the idea of having several different universes would work, right? It'd be the multiverse of DC, right? I mean, I think that really would work. I would have kept what's working. Would you be able to get a salvageable Wonder Woman movie? I don't know. You're lucky to get one the first time round, right? You're not going to get one with the production team you had for 2. That was garbage, right? It was, and look, beautiful as Gal Gadot is, that movie was garbage, right? It needed. Yeah, you could probably get a good one, but you would have to agree. I would do a Green Lantern as well. But again, if you're if you want to separate the cinematic and the HBO verses, I think continuing with the Snyderverse and HBO Max would have been, or Max as it's now called, would have been a smart investment, right? Yeah. But listen, I'm not him. Let's say I've only ever been entertained by him, so I imagine Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is good, right? Yeah. I've wet. I've whipped the bed. Jordan Lee is here. Saying superhero Jordan is here. Yeah, we agree. Mark the Vicar. Old Wankerian. Sorry, well, it's Wankervision. Wankervision would be awesome, right? Just you have like hot, scantily clad women in scenes. We put these laughs on, like, oh, yeah, wait, just put it on some Wankervision. Yeah. Knights of God, awesome series. Charles is WEF puppet. Yeah, you're right. But does he know it? But again, listen, I forgive the rules pretty much everything, right? I mean, up to the point of eating babies, right? And yeah, eating babies, it's a bit much, but whatever. I think it's probably a WEF puppet because of the WEF, right? I think if WEF goes down, I don't think he'll be the puppet anymore, right? I don't think he's like here's the thing. I think he's kind of like wants things to be better for people, right? I think he wants to be good. I think he wants to be a good. I think he actually very desperately wants to be a good monarch, and he's been talked into whatever the bullshit the WEF is saying will bring good for the people, right? But that, yeah, I believe he like really desperately wants to be good, right? I think I said he wants to be remembered for good, but I think he actually does want to be good, which is it's a good thing, right? Streaming on the Lord's Day after Coronation, sacrosanct. Well, there you go. That's me. Yeah, bit of a heretic. Biting for the fuel, says Almighty. You're probably right. That's how I would describe myself. King Chuck is a loony. I liked him in what was that? Do I still have that? Let me see if I can find that. With the Comic Strip Presents GLC. What was it? Oh, yeah, it was on one second. YouTube. It was, I think, it was really weird. It's the Comic Strip Presents. It's and they did one where it was Robert Coltrane playing Charles Bronson playing Arthur Scargill. Right? So it's like, imagine a big budget American movie version of local English politics, played by the comic strip actors playing the actors. I presents, what was it again? It was Prince Charles. It was Adrian Emerson. Here, let's see. Do we have this? No, this is 4 Men in a Car. That's more recent. Oh my god, they got the dogs. Here, well, let me just share this. This is freaking insane. Yeah, not like that. Wrong one. I'm not going to play it here because I don't want to get copyright. But this thing with Kate Bush, Les Dogs, it is freaking awesome. It is one of the best. It's like one of the best 27 minutes of entertainment you'll see. It was just a weird series. Comic Strip Presents. So 4 Men in a Cap. No, don't know any of these ones. Unseen early 80s footage of Jim was having been perv. Well, listen, I think we're fine. I think we know. What? How do we get all this Jimmy Savile stuff? No. How? Maybe if I go to here, they'll I'll go look to this whole. Let's look at this whole playlist. Well, they got all these. Oh, this is it. This is the one where let me find it. It's got. Adrian Emerson playing somebody or other. Here we go. I should download it to make it easier. Yeah, give me a second. This is gonna be awesome. I can't believe it. They got like it's all online. Just like here it is on YouTube. Here, let me first. I'll share the link. That's freaking crazy. I'm like a little bit stunned, but like this is the way the world should be. This is the way. YouTube download online. Bam 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 bam. It's not working. Hang on, go doink. Go doink. Aha! We go doink. That thing post. I hopefully that thing posted. And did it download? Here it comes. Okay. Doink. Save video as comic strip presents. Doink. Okay. This is all very important. You understand? Video file. There you go. Doink. This is also show you the best representation of the king you'll ever find.
But not on his.
Yeah, this is it. So Lee Van.
It's one person I want to see.
Who's that?
The Prince of Wales.
Little sweet. Lovely day.
Okay, one second. Who's he playing?
Let's grow plums.
Okay, this is 70 minutes, 40 seconds in. If we go to there. So that's Robbie Coltrane as Charles Bronson, as Ken Livingstone. Fine. Billy Prince, but who's he supposed to be? Oh man, I'm too confused. Right. Anyway, that was a pretty. It's so funny. All right, do I have any more Prince Charles? I'm just somewhat amazed. They have all these online. Again, I love what's his name is Lee Van Cleef playing. I can't remember who it is. Oh, there he is. Fine. This is him, Ken Livingstone, appealing to him for help.
Listen, your people need you.
Oh, do they?
Have you any idea what's happening in your kingdom? The Ice Maiden's trying to destroy it, and you're the only person who can stop her.
But you see, I have to remain impartial. It's very important for democracy.
Take a look over that wall and see how impartial you feel then, sir.
What are you doing up that ladder, you constitutional crackpot, you?
I want one of those recorder things so that I can make a speech on the wireless.
It ain't even Christmas time yet, Loopy. Yeah, so get down off the ladder and come and have one of your special bickies, you raw nutcase you are.
No.
Good evening.
That's Jennifer Saunders as Bridget Nielsen as Margaret Thatcher. There you go. Classics from yesteryear. Fine, let's get back to the chat. I forgot I was doing the chat like 45 minutes ago. Where are we up to? Queen Charlotte is it? Doing Queen Charlotte. What's that? I'll come back in a minute because I just got a thing from PD saying that, aren't those anti-monarchist protesters feeling it now after thanking the government for bringing in the new laws against anti-lockdown protests back in 2021. Oh, yes. And in the same way, I'm so happy the writers are going down big time. Do you really think there's going to be people writing mainstream comics soon, right? They brought the quality so incredibly low. Right, and they gatekeeped it so nobody with talent could ever come near, right? And that was what's gone on in the comic book industry for the last 10 years, right? And that's why it's dead, right? That's essentially why it's dead. Or same pretty much everywhere. And now they're all done because to make pap, banal, formulaic shit that they do, you can do it by ChatGPT better, right? Clownfish TV, they said they made their own. I had ChatGPT put out a plot synopsis of a 3-movie arc for a sequel trilogy, right? And it was like way better, right? So yeah, she's doing some reading Shakespeare during the Coronation. Yeah, I would like to catch that. We'll probably review that tomorrow, right? He's doing a David Tennant in 3 years' time. I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's the girl from the Kenny Everett show in the best possible taste. If they're going back on the Chip storyline, can't we see them being? I can't see them being happy. Well, I think Rusty Davis knows it's got to be gone, right? That's what I think. That's one of the reasons, and I'm just maybe being apologetic. Right, but I think that's one of the reasons he's really leaning into all the woke stuff, right? Because he wants everybody really on his side when he and I think you're gonna have wiggle room in your head canon. But then again, Rusty Davis, you think it's going to be subtle, and he never is, right? And then there's Davros and a reality bomb. Like what? There we go. Let's keep whizzing through the chat. I feel sorry with Garner 3 that most people hate the woke crap Marvel's become. That's the problem. Yeah, this is the movie that tests what an anchor factor it is rather than what a boost the MCU is. Right? It's really fascinating, right? See how it's going to go down. Jay Joff, to be honest, he's a very talented but very career. Yeah, we'll look at him in a second. He's the guy from Matrix Resurrections, which I quite liked. I thought it was good in that, right? So what? Oh yeah, we're talking about Ajoya, whatever her name is. Yeah, she's on Bridgerton. There we go. John Smith is here. What's up? How's he doing, John Smith? I hope you're doing well. Powerful and Petty. Yes, but she looked very, very healthy. Well, set on these rabbis an impossible task question, and they'll bugger off and they'll accept the one who realized it was impossible. Well, what is it? We'll see that we'll set these rabbis an impossible question. Yeah, no, I can't say anything to them. Right? Everybody's scared of me. Like, okay. Essentially, the last one went around saying that I was like the most terrible person in the universe. I was scary, all people, and because he was a rabbi, everybody believed him. It was like didn't you know me for years? No. What can you do? It's like, what can you do? It's just the weirdest thing. Genuinely the weirdest thing. But yeah, I'm just like, whatever. Like I'm just sitting here. Okay, I have to come to a prayer group because it's like I have a religious requirement. I'm cool. What you do, you mate. Right? Have a meeting with the old rabbi's son and ask him if he really, really wants the position. If he does, vote for it. Oh, no, I'm not getting involved. Right? That's really where I am. I'm not getting involved. Right? So I'm aggressively not getting involved. It's kind of like, was it the Clint Eastwood thing? Like, yeah, don't bother the people who don't want to get involved, right? I don't want to get involved. That's entirely what I don't want to do. That is where I am with this. It's like, yeah, literally whatever, right? Again, what I want to vote for is nobody. I might vote for the rabbi's son, or I might vote against an arsehole. But I mean, that's an arsehole's candidate, right? But that's about it, right? Please God, come in Grant Morrison, Toby Whithouse, or Pete McTeague in charge. Yes, and then Pete is better than Rusty Davis. The Pact proves it. I haven't seen the Pact. But I don't know. I think Pete McTeague he'll need tutorage, right? I would like Grant Morrison, certainly. I would like. Okay, here's what I really like to see. Like I always look on the bright side, right? And I want to see the advantage of stuff. So I would like to see Disney Plus use that this way, that you can have like these like 6-part miniseries of different eras, right? And I would like to do a 6-part miniseries of Grant Morrison Doctor Who. Like, well, yeah, because he's a solid writer. I'd love to see that, right? I think he was the only one who was able to really crack The Prisoner, and he didn't do it as The Prisoner. He did it as The Invisibles and The Filth, right? But he was the only one who was able to really crack that Well, I'm trying to say what I'm thinking of. The lack of coherent sense, but telling a wider story, right? But yeah, I really got to give that a reread. Man, I was rereading The Legend of Luther Arkwright this Sabbath, but I think next week's either The Filth or The Invisibles. Oh man, I could really go for a reread of either of those. Now, Last of Us was crap. I was thinking more of the game. The Devil's Hour is amazing, folks. Another winner from my company. I don't know. I don't like. There's a lot I didn't like about that. I like Capaldi's performance. I found the central plot idea of him living like thousands of years. I like thousands of lifetimes, which is like equal to thousands of years. It just seems like I got to wait 30 years to get round to this bit. It seems a lot of work, right? Just like it just seems a lot, that's where I think it fails, right? That is where I think it fails. I did like. I mean, I like the idea of them, like the recurringness of it. I think that's very interesting, and like him meeting her as an old person. That was very, very cool. I liked all of that. I mean, that was very clever. But as in terms of entertainment, though, I say you can watch. I could have watched the first and the last episode, and I think most of the rest, right? Most of the rest, I could have gone. I think it was like 6 episodes. It could have been 3. That was its problem, right? And that's a very common problem today in today's storytelling, right? It's overlong, like stories saying, past their sell-by date, right? Essentially, right? Unfortunately, where are we up to? But yeah, Grant Morrison. I'm like, why does Grant Morrison do it as a comic book series? Like, if I was IDW and didn't have my head up my ass, I would so do that. Or whoever, Titan Comics, they just waste that. See, that's what you would do right now while you're waiting for shooting. Like, yeah, you would do a Grant Morrison other Doctor, right? Of whatever you want. Cast who you want as a Doctor. All right. Yeah, and you'd actually sell some comics, right? Rather than your Jodie Hauser bullshit, right? No, actually do something that actually sells. But you'd have to pay him as well. He's one of the mini episodes on the Blu-rays. I mean, they are a bit agonizing. They really are. And like the last one was like, "Hi, we're lesbians going spelunking." Oh look, here's the Sea Devil and Joe Grant. I very much liked his Brave New World. Right? See, what's he done recently? Let's have a look at Grant Morrison. Problem is, you put out so much less work in TV than you do in comics. 2020s? Where are we up to? 2020 newsletter. He pitched ideas of potential episodes of Series 8 of Doctor Who to Stephen Moffat. These include the stories featuring the child version of the Doctor as well as a potential new villain. None were commissioned, though. The BBC offered to buy the rights of Morrison's villains, which they declined. Later that year, Morrison published their first fiction novel entitled Luda. Okay. Don't. I just is Brave New World, right? I think that was in 2020. I like that a lot. I thought that was very good. Yeah, no, that would actually sell some comics as well. Apparently, Whoopi Goldberg has written a comic. Oh God, yeah, we're going to cover that. Like, that looks awful. Again, why? Yeah, this is why the comic industry is dead, right? Well, this is exactly why it's dead. Because they are so replaceable by ChatGPT now. They are so. I mean, they like what you're telling me that ChatGPT can't write better than Vita Ayala. Get out of here. Roast duck, potatoes, and green beans on pizza. Oh, I love roast duck. I very rarely get it. Lord Sidious is here. How you doing, Lord Sidious? Thank you for joining us. Oh, now I'm thinking of roast duck. I've got to try and talk my wife into that at some point. they're having two Batmans. Why not have Superman? Exactly. Yeah, you could have a TV universe. You could have a HBO universe. You could have you could have the cheaper universe. You have the Flashverse, and you can have the main, and it's fine. It's fine. People get it. It's so you can, and then if you do that, you could do an Elseworlds movie. Wouldn't you love to see, a Gotham by Gaslight movie? I think that would be incredible, right? And that would be worthwhile. I mean, then I wouldn't mind it being Robert Pattinson, even though I kind of would. Okay, imagine a Christian Bale Gotham by Gaslight movie, right? He would be perfect for that movie. With all like steampunky stuff, right? He would be absolutely perfect for that movie. What else we got here? They showed the Flash trailer again while I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks great despite Looney Tunes. Yeah, that I am going to cinema to see, right? I still, because that's the last vestiges of the Snyderverse. I love the Snyderverse, right? And if they did it in HBO Max, I would do like a limited release in theatrically. See how it goes. Frankly, right? But look, I mean, I really worked out what to do with Amazon. Amazon Prime streaming? Which I've said before, but I've finally got the tagline, like what the ethos is. It's big screen entertainment, big screen cinematic entertainment. Now, all their TV shows do actually fit into that. They are all cinematic, the cinematic experience, right? That's why I think they should buy a cinema chain as well, and everything fits into that remit. All their TV shows really do. They're all very cinematic. So, and then they can actually have a culture they could like build around. Doomsday is here. Doomsday, thank you for joining us. I assume you're not like the Doomsday of what's her name? Kempler. What's her first name? Is it Ellie? Is it Ellie Kempler? I can't remember. Oh, and 1 second. Doomsday Kempner. What the? Okay, I just do Doomsday Doctor Who. Who is it? Ellie Kempner? No, that came up with the good episode Doomsday. No, we're talking about the piece of shit they got coming up. Oh, here you go. Thank you. Give me a link to it. Doomsday. It's such a bad idea. Everything about it is shit. Suze, not Ellie. Suze Kempner. Why was it? Oh, she's awful. Batman Beyond could be done these days, but I really need a decent ride for that or ChatGPT. Yes, that would really do it. I hate to tell you, like my wives read these spy novels, and was it Vince Flynn? He died. I'm like, they could just feed that into ChatGPT and they could spit that out, no bother, and you wouldn't know the difference, right? That's the trouble with formulaic writing, right? That is the trouble with formulaic writing, which actually reminds me, I remember what my plan was, what I was going to be doing with did I download it? What I was going to be doing with AI voice cloning stuff. I was going to have it read my own fiction, right? So, and I totally forgot about that. So I started playing around with that today. Where was that? Did I not download it here? 1 second. Let me just correct that. 11 Labs. Oh, but then I got to turn it into a MP. I can't do it another time. So I'm like really plowing through right now the book on the Colin Baker AI book on tape of millennial rights. Right, that's really coming along. That'll be out this week. Right, I think I'm going to serialize it because it's about it's about 40 minutes long so far. It's probably going to be about 45 minutes to an hour long by the time I'm done. Right, so I think I'm going to serialize it in a few chunks. I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on, but then I'm going to do a Peter Capaldi read a sci-fi novel that I'm half written called Elysian Blue. Right, so I got that I'm going to do. However, fine, but I can't do I got to get the what's name done first. The Colin Baker millennial rights done first, but before I start writing new stuff, I really got to start thinking about writing the end of the season 14 Doctor Who, the episode I'm writing. I'm 2/3 of the way through. Right, I got to have a denouement where it's going to be an emotional scene, and I know I where I write it is I got to work out the settings, how they get to where they're going to get to, and then I'm going to let the characters take over because I basically know what I want to say. Because I think it's going to be like an emotional climax is what I'm hoping for. So I got to get that. So I have to do that, but I really want to do, because I've only got this novella like half written, but that I can do like monthly. Anyway. So a lot of creativity, I think about to start flying out the channel. One hopes, right? I've been a bit gummed up, but I think I'm like breaking through that right now, right? I'm breaking through that, which does tie into the spiritual time of the year. Luke Skywalker is here. How you doing, Luke Skywalker? I did like your appearance in Mando. I think look, mate, I don't know how much influence you have. If, while Kathleen Kennedy is taking a piss on you, right, you could suggest to her they do a movie with you and Mando and they just forget the sequel trilogy completely. That would probably be a good idea, right? That would probably be a good idea. I'm a dude playing a dude dressed as another dude. That's basically what it is. I hear Bumblebee is actually good. I actually walked out the first Transformers film. It was so crap. I don't know. I kind of like the earlier ones. I mean, man, you had Megan Fox in them with being super hot, right? Eddie from Bottom. Tzvi Lebetkin, the heretic moniker. Wait a minute, you might have been in my sandwich rather than what? I've no idea what you're saying, mate. At Tzvi Lebetkin, heretic moniker. Wait a minute, that might have been bacon in my sandwich rather than brisket rather than duck. Oops. Well, I hope it wasn't bacon. I mean, I would notice because it would be like, this is delicious. Bacon is awesome. Okay, bacon is awesome. What was your earlier question? Did I answer it? Hang on. You withdraw your earlier question. I'm going back through the chat trying to find it. I can't find what questions that you withdrew, but okay. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you felt that was answered. She was going to be buggering off to Royal Shakespeare Company like David Tennant did. Well, of course, like, listen, he is certainly going to be he's going to be doing that and also big budget American things as well. How's about you, Rav? I'm pretty darn good, John Smith. Pretty darn good. Praise the good Lord. So Rusty Davis is going to retcon the woke nonsense and replace it with more woke nonsense. Interesting. That does seem to be a strong possibility, right? So I don't think they'll replace it with woke nonsense. Okay, I think his woke nonsense is not understanding that drag queens aren't family entertainment, right? Like they used to be very, very recently. And this isn't a legitimate fight. This is basically he has been manipulated by social media algorithms, right? So, but it's much easier to dupe somebody than to convince them they've been duped, which is so I don't have to do that. If they're that scared if they're that scared of you. Shout that these rabbis bring me an army worthy of Mondor and see which one does. Well, that's the thing. Okay, genuinely, they're all terrified of me. I don't understand why. It's the weirdest thing. But because I'm crazy, I guess. Because I am like completely bonkers, and it is. And you never know how scary it is to, and I will do things like people do not expect human beings to do. But yeah, yes, my memory would be like a word with you. I have no idea what that means. Lord, I apologize. I shouldn't have suggested that a possessed communist radioactive cleaning implement was better than Ms. W. I don't know who Ms. W is. No, who's it? Facebook is there. How you doing? I was gonna. Okay, I've gone through 15 different names in my head. One say Dan. I was like Dave. No, Brian. No. I really brain farted. That was like a major brain fart. Wow. Oh, well, Paul Thousand, I haven't said hello to you. How are you doing? Give us a scene. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. How are things? He's just checking in. Pretty darn good. We were, looking back on the coronation. If you're still around, my thumbnail for my the video I put out, I think was very accurate, right? Maybe I shouldn't have dropped acid. This video we got coming as well. Disney and Lucasfilm takes another piss on Star Wars. All this because one man too many slapped my ass in the 80s. Yes! That's why all this is going on. Oh, it's good to be the king. This will probably be a Rumble exclusive. You know, I don't think I can get away with this on YouTube. Right? Yes. There we go. Doink. How we doing? I'm finished with the chat. No, I haven't finished with the chat yet. Okay, still going. 10 minutes to go. I'm waiting for them to announce the casting of a straight white male. Well, wasn't this last guy? I had no idea. Is this? I have no what's the deal with this latest guy? Batman that did the Kent of Gotham was very good. They went full Lovecraft. Is that a comic or is that a movie? No, I think. Well, was it both? Right? Was it both? There we go. Not the HBO series of Rome. Oh, there was a lot of good tits in the HBO series of Rome. What's the name? Well, Polly. What is her name? English actress. HBO Rome. Polly Walker. Oh, yes. HBO Rome. Polly Walker. Yeah, no, she was topless through. I wouldn't say a lot of that, but enough of that to maintain my interest very, 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 very sharply, right? But I did think she she looked fantastic at that. May I say, fair play, well done, Polly Walker. Right, we are all very impressed down here. Let me tell you. Fine. We go. Peter Dan Rabbi, thank you. I just got out of my brain fart. Jennicott was pretty hot, but I didn't like Clara. Clara was, if I may say, unfuckable. Right? She was just unfuckable. I mean, there was nothing sexy about Clara. Right? You could put her in skin tight rubber and a ball gag. She still wouldn't be hot. Right? It just doesn't happen. I don't know. However, Governor's Clara, super hot. Oh, absolutely. Bit of backdoor action in HBO Rome. A lot of backdoor action, right? He dated Spock for 3 years. What a joke. Listen, I can't say don't hire any gay actors. That cuts out most of them. And it looks like Russell's going a bit for the camp, right? You know, so I would say if you can't have gay actors and you're going for the camp, you might be out of luck. I don't know. Look, I think Russell's just in a very gay world, right? I think I do. I think he's in a very gay, very, very gay world. So just things are very gay about it. Fine. Let me pull up these bookmarks. Pull up that tweet. Because Toxic Fan's Meltdown is so freaking gorgeous right now. I'm loving every second of it. 1 second. I just don't get it. There's nothing in the world that's good And a lot of people are happy about one thing. I mean, look, we've had to, again, swallow the most biggest bullshit in the world. Like, oh, yeah, men have periods. Yeah, sure they do. Yeah, we do. We all believe that. Right? Women have dicks. Yeah, it's a thing. It's normal. Right? But we go, oh, I like the king. Fuck you. What, really? What, we can't have that? No. And we got to have all your bullshit constantly? Will you stop? Oh my God, the shit you have screamed down, and you don't like a street party, motherfucker, really? Yeah, because that's exactly what these bloody people are. The dislike of the unlike. They are Daleks. All right, they absolutely are Daleks. The toxic fandom are the epitome of Daleks. Dislike for the unlike, right? And couldn't have said it any better. Anyway, let's share the screen. Share screen. The Royals are a bunch of fugly sluts. Fuck you, cunt. Who take money from starving poor to have a little party for themselves. Are you out your mind? Do you want to know how much the coronation cost them bought in? 1 second. And this guy's from what's it called again? New Zealand, I believe. Right? Somebody sent me the details. Hang on, it was over here. I gotta go over here. Oh man, so many people are talking about the same thing. Back. Hang on. But it bought in like something like 1.4 billion, or so. It's like great, like some crazy number. Okay, so it cost. The price tag wasn't cheap. The coronation cost 86 million. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of cheddar. Very, very hard to justify. But it brought in 1.7 billion. Okay, that seems we're up on the deal, right? Are we 900 million up? I think we're okay, mate. Right? I think we're okay. They're the Kardashians, but funded by the public. Yeah, and I think they try genuinely. I think they serve the public. I really do. I don't think they're perfect. Do I think they serve the public? I honestly think that's what he wants to do. Right? I mean, there's this prejudice against wealthy, powerful people. Right? Maybe that he was born in it. He doesn't seem like a cunt to me. Right? He's never done anything. Look, the thing with Di, the whole stuff with Di, divorces are ugly. Right? Especially ones like that. Divorces are ugly, especially from very dysfunctional families, which is where they're coming from. Divorces are very, very ugly. Right? I don't know how... I don't believe the crown to be real, but it seems to be a reasonable representation of the miscommunication that caused the ugliness. Parasite in chief in his idiot hat! Says that bloke. Yes, stunning and brave. Never be cruel or cowardly, right? Learn nonsense. Them being happy is not helping us as a country. Actually, we are. It's just you are separated from everybody else. You're a miserable cunt. They did absolutely nothing for us. Well, they did actually bring in 900 million with this, right? I don't want to point fingers, mate, right? But I'm saying if I'm 900 million up on the deal, I think thumbs up. I think you've justified it, right? That 900 million isn't a minor payday, right? 900 million is a lot of money, right? A lot of cheddar. That's a lot of Twitter dollars, mate. Right? 900 million. Right? We're up, okay? So they actually nothing of us other than all that money they give us, and they're kind of fun, right? I just find them fun. They did nothing for us, other than make everybody happy. They're just an old rich family, and very problematic one at that. Oh, they're so white. Do you mind black families? Right? Do black families bother you, or is it just white families? I mean, there's plenty of black royal families. Does that bother you? Do you mind that? Because I think you should do. Because if you don't, you're a hypocrite cunt. But who am I to say? Who am I to say? But yes, toxic fandom. They're not having a good time. They are not having a good time with this. God save the king. Nothing makes me love the monarchy more than the hatred for them by toxic fandom. Fine. Let's pull up some articles to shout at. Oh yes, speaking of shouting at articles, this one's a funny one. I wonder if there's an update to it, because I have an update to it. Share screen. Doink. Now, not everybody, as I said, so ecstatic about the coronation. Chris Eccleston shares a 2-word reaction to coronation. Fourth. Doctor Who star Chris Eccleston has offered a 2-word reaction to the coronation event for Charles III and Queen Camilla. If you're in the United Kingdom, then it looks like today was a big day. No what? Hang on a second. Today was a big day. No, we didn't get a new Doctor Who 6th anniversary teaser trailer. Well, we sort of did. We got teaser 2. Instead, Charles and wife Camilla were able to complete the American Ninja Warrior course on top of Mount Minotaur for the prize, becoming king and queen of the United Kingdom and everything it shadows over. You see, here's the thing. The go-to thing of anybody angrily on the left is to belittle anything that threatens them, right? That's really we had these left-wing people over for a meal. I told them how good Rumbles do for me. By the way, head over to Rumble, subscribe to Rumble. I told him, and it was like, Rumble, what's that? The kid, I said, I was like YouTube, and he's like, it's like a right-wing conspiracy theory. You hear nobody. I'm like, it's like the NPC response, right? They have to belittle that which threatens them, and the more they belittle it, the more threatening it is, right? And here's the thing. Again, here's the thing about being terrifying the world in general. And they do. They're all freaking terrified of me, right? So if I reply back, and they're going to start screaming at me that I'm like some terrible I could have said, yeah, it is only right-wing people now who think that men, generally speaking, don't have parents or babies, right? That's only a right-wing platform piece of thought. That's you must be pretty damn proud of. But again, they have to belittle that which threatens their power. And the monarchy does threaten their power, because you know why the monarchy threatens their power? The monarchy is a ancient system which indicates that it's based on, predicated on a belief in God, right? And that's why I think most religious people are somewhat behind the monarchy. And I would say if you're like not religious or anti-religious, that if you like the monarchy at all, that's really rather quite a good testament to them, right? I would say, right? Fine. So anyway, Chris Eccleston, we're back to him. Not bad, right? For some, this is a very historic and momentous occasion that taps into the very heart of British history. It does tap into the very heart of British history. I mean, if you find it momentous and historic, it's up to you. But factually, it does tap into the heart of British history, right? I understand this idea that we are that we are more than just meat puppets, right? I understand that's a horrific idea, right? That we have meaning and purpose, right, in life, right? And they do. They find that an absolutely horrific idea. Because then they have to take accountability of themselves, but which I think, really, what all this hatred boils down to. That's the difference, by the way, about somebody who you have somebody who doesn't believe in God and isn't religious, who doesn't hate religious people, right? They're the normal people they're the ones that you only used to get, right? And then you get people who just hate religion, right? I think the more threatened you feel by it, the more strong your emotion is towards it. Anyway. For others, it's trust being a really expensive Renaissance festival and the world's largest LARPing campaign. No, it's not role play. It really is, right? That has as much real societal importance as an event at the Magic Kingdom. But we know that's not the case because you don't write about stuff at Disney's Magic Kingdom, do you? You're not apoplectic about that, are you, Ray Flook? So it's kind of appropriate when we mentioned the long-running BBC series earlier, because there's one person who tends to lean towards the latter when it comes to the monarchy. Yeah, we say the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. Yeah, he's not a fan. But here, he's yet to take down his post. So there was no confusion. Eccleston made it no secret that he has no time or interest in the royal family. I think you have a lot of time and interest because you're like, having the royal family, celebrating the royal family or anything like that. Well, again, you're making a song and dance of not doing it, right? A perfect example of this feeling on this matter came in 2019 when Exxon referred to the Queen as parasite and chief in an idiot hat. Okay, again, most parasites take more than they give. We're 900 million up, so I don't want to tell you, mate. That's just called adding. And just in case you didn't have a clear enough picture, Eccleston views his post from his forum, post from earlier today regarding the coronation. In it, we have the image of a sign that reads F***K off, and a caption above the image that reads, "Thank God that I kept the bunting from the Jubilee year." Here's a look at Eccleston post from earlier today. It should be pretty much keeping him off the Buckingham Palace guest list for the foreseeable future. Well, again, as he deleted it, maybe he's not so proud, mate. Maybe he's not so proud. Any new Doctor Who news? Ray Flook. No, that's it. We're up to date. Let's go over here. I think we've read that one. Yes, Gallifrey rises. I do think Timothy Dalton really nails that. Wait, can I get that clip? Hang on. Doctor Who Gallifrey rises. There you go. 1 second. Oh, is this the music? No. No, is that it? Hang on. Is this it? Yeah, I'm gonna grab that one. Yeah, we'll do the Gallifrey Rise. It's doink. Gallifrey rises. You know, there really should be. And there really could be. Here, let me share this for a second. Some kind of like VR exploration of the capital. This image, right? It's quite famous. So yeah, I mean, they really should be able to do something with that. I thought Timothy Dalton was great at Rassilon. I forgot about all the this is like the post-war one, right? You see the dome shattered and you got all the like yeah, that's a crashed Dalek ship there. I forgot about that. Yes, and yeah, all the crashed Dalek ships. I did like how they made the Time Lords bit villains. I thought that was great. And listen to the Murray Gold music. I can't wait to get that back either. Again, I'll stop interrupting because I love seeing Ralph C. Davis's vision of Doctor Who, which is what we're going to be getting. Right? Yes, it's going to have drag queens in it. Okay? He doesn't get it. Fine. It's just going to be like a thing. When we look back, it'll be a thing. I don't know. It's going to be weird, though. But, you know, imagine if Doctor Who was made in the 1930s and they had fascists in it in a positive way. Be the same sort of thing. You need an explanation why is white black now after 50 years. Maybe we'll get one. Wouldn't that be awesome? Right? If we could do that, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. Wouldn't that be awesome? I really hope he does. Right? I really hope he does. I'm convinced he's a concept art from the cancelled reboot. Which one? The with the used or the because I've seen all that one. Yeah, was that concept art? I can't remember. Okay, John Smith. Kalara is cute, but she's not. Perry tied down to a beach. Cute with buckets of water being thrown over. Doesn't come close, baby.
Now the High Council of Time Lords must vote. Whether we die here today, or return to the waking world and complete the ultimate search. For this is the hour when either Gallifrey falls, or Gallifrey rises! Gallifrey rises!
I love Timothy Dalton in that role. Right? I mean, I think they cast Rassilon well in the. I stopped listening to it, but I think having what's his name, the guy from the Hobbit movies, was good casting. I can't remember the name of the guy. Ralph C. Davis loves a world-ending cliffhanger, right? He loves that.
I will not die! Do you hear me? I will not.
Okay, big finish. Come on. You got, what's the name? Derek Jacobi. Give us a couple of box sets of this. Oh, CD chewing gorgeousness. Very cool. Very cool. So, Gallifrey rises! Bit of that going on. Let's read the story. But that was just intro, baby. Doctor's 60th anniversary clip and teases Gallifrey's return after the most recent destruction. Yeah, well, that one didn't really didn't really count. New clip from the 60th anniversary special teases a monumental potential return for Gallifrey after its most recent destruction, most recent and stupidest destruction. Like, really dumb. And that's so dumb it needs to be retconned away. Right? That was dumb. It was just dumb. The Doctor's 6th anniversary special is on its way. And it could bring back the Doctor's home planet Gallifrey. Gallifrey has a confused existence over the last few decades. That is true. The planet has seemingly been destroyed several times, only to return in a pocket dimension or flashback sequences. 3 upcoming Doctor Who specials. Could be changing that. I'm sure they are. It's a huge reset button, right? That's what these specials are. It's a huge reset button to remind people why they like Doctor Who, right? The newly released clip appears to have a hidden message hinting at the return of Gallifrey, as discovered by Bad Wolf on Twitter. No, really? Here, you got 1 second. Let's find it. Video file. Okay, so this is the original version. All right, so you don't understand. Yeah, it's so you need to play it. There we go. You need to play it in reverse for it to make sense. It's over here. Yeah.
She mentioned Gallifrey.
Yeah, she mentioned Gallifrey. The rise and fall of Gallifrey is boring now. It gets destroyed and resurrected every few series. I mean, look, Gallifrey again rises and falls so much. It's turning into a bit of a porn movie. Andy Dwelly is here. He says, Timothy Dalton, yes, indeed. I do like your hand avatar. If it's reminiscent of the Tomorrow People. I still can't believe Big Finish can't get that license back and release the rest of the Tomorrow People. There we go. Doink. Fine. Fine. So the reverse clip, David Tennant's falling into the community saying, she mentioned Gallifrey. The hint is only the most recent Doctor Who cryptic teaser. I mean, I guess we're going to get something soon. And more to come as filming continues on the continues in the anticipation of the November release. If Gallifrey is returning, a major part of Doctor Who's mythos could be unraveled. Returning showrunner Russell Davies intends to bring the show back to its classic roots, but after the Timeless Child revelation from Chris Chibnall's run, maintaining those roots could be difficult. No, that's why I think a big reset switch is coming. Who's writing this? I don't know this guy. Okay. Right. That's why I think a big reset switch could well be coming. Right. Will you shut up about Jinx Monsoon if he resets Whittaker? Yes. It's tight. It's not close. It's not easy, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. As long as there's some like in store, whatever. Right? Yeah. It's difficult. With the reveal that the Doctor predates the existence of Time Lords, trying to return to the days of a lonely runaway Doctor could be difficult. After Martha most recently destroyed Gallifrey, the Doctor discovered that her Doctor planet is not necessarily her original home. Instead, so it was shit, okay? It was just lots of bullshit shit. Gallifrey's return, or the discovery of somebody who knows more of its secrets. Could be the tool uses way to addresses the Timeless Child retcon. Yes, I hope it is. Right, I do hope it is. While the Power Doctor notably elected to overlook the retcon, even with the Chibnall's over, I know. Yeah, Rusty Davies is going to retcon it. Bloody Chibnall did. As controversial as the Timeless Child reveal has become, it's still worth exploring and do it on Big Finish. If you get an audience to buy it, do it on Big Finish. Leave me alone. Right? Do it on Big Finish. Now, if the new Rabbi, right, when he comes in, does his speech in my, what's that? If he comes and does his speech in my local prayer group, right? He says, listen, I want to say I think we should explore the Timeless Child reveal more. I'll be like, you're right out, mate. You're right out. That doesn't happen. I got some alert digging at me from somewhere. Doctor spent many years without Doctor's planet. It'll be a nice change to see it to see it return and be fleshed out. It doesn't need to be fleshed out. But yeah, listen, mate. I think it is returning. What was I just going to pull up? I had something I was going to look up. Oh, I had it all lined up in my head. Next, I'm going to look at, I don't know, tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Silo. I'm one episode into Silo, and I'm going to wrap up, and I'm going to watch the second episode. It's a really intriguing show. Here is like a non-spoiler review of it thus far, right? It's really interesting. So it's all set in this like massive, huge underground silo that's like hundreds and hundreds of layers, levels deep, all made of concrete and with artificial lighting. They don't know why they're thousands. There's a huge colony in there. They don't know why they're in there, right? They don't know what's on the outside. 140 years ago, there was a battle for power, and the evil rebels were destroyed, but not before destroying all their history, right? They don't know when it's safe to go outside. They think when you go outside, you die pretty darn quickly, right? So the story is about, well, it starts off, you have the sheriff, right? And the sheriff is acting a bit weird. He says, "Oh, don't worry." He goes and sits there. He basically says to his deputy or another sheriff, "I want to go out." He's like, don't say it, sheriff. I want to go out, right? So you don't understand the significance of that. So the next hour explains to you the significance of that, right? Because it flashes back several years, and the sheriff is married to I can't remember her name, the woman from Parks and Recreation. I just look up 1 second. Silo. TV series, television series. Rashida Jones, right? So he's married to Rashida Jones, and it's a very repressive society. They're not allowed to even think about. They don't have to have any relics from the old times. Everything's right. And like she posted something about how to retrieve lost files, and then Tim Robbins, who was a creepy boss, had it removed for like, it's too seditious, right? And so you're not allowed to like say anything against the ruling party, but it's a very, everybody seems to be very happy with this totalitarianism. In fact, the leader seems to be very benign and equally clueless to the totalitarianism of it, right? Which is that's interesting. They don't realize it because they lived in it their entire existence, right? So that's the fascinating thing about how they shape reality. So the story is essentially that Rashida Jones and the sheriff get permission to try to have a baby. They have a year they can try and have a baby. It's their third time trying, and they have her birth control removed. And it's like this really nasty looking metal pellet, right? So you can see how like controlled everything is. So it's all about her quest to have a kid, and she keeps not getting pregnant, and it gets more and more tense as it goes on. At the same time, it builds up that there's people asking, is the official history true, right? Dare we question it? Dare we think about it, right? Which I liked a lot. So basically the plot goes on. There's this guy who requests technical help from Rashida Jones, a computer thing, right? And it's a guy, and so everybody from their office has been sent down there at some point. She has to go down 70 levels and sleep there overnight to get there. So it turns out this guy's been putting in fake requests just so to get this person so she can come in and he can answer a question, because he read the article about retrieving files and he printed it out because he thought it'd be taken down pretty quickly. So what happened is somebody came in a while ago with a hard drive, said, "I found this underneath the carpet of my apartment. I have no idea how it got there," right? And he knows there's something on there, but he can't access it. So essentially, there's a hard drive full of stuff from the the previous year. So they're revealing everything, not everything, but in that she sees it's good to go outside. The air's breathable. It's everything's good, right? And they've been told they'll die if they go outside. Also, we had this plot bit going on that saying, they don't let people like you get pregnant. You're too intelligent. They only let docile people get pregnant, right? And so this will basically collide. She runs out of time to get pregnant, and she doesn't get pregnant. At the same time, this hard drive gets discovered. Found out. So all this collides at once. And so she's supposed to go to have a birth control reinserted, right? But she's not there. So the husband goes home and finds her, and she's there, and she's done surgery on herself and said, "They never took the birth control out. I had it in me, right?" And she holds it out. So he runs to the doctor, but by the time he gets back, she's in the main eating area, and there's these giant screens on the outside, right? So they can see how desolate it is. And she screams "This isn't real. This is all manipulated. It's not true. I've seen it. I'm not crazy," right? And then she's "And I want to go outside. I want to go out." Right? And it was that's the number one. So it turns out that is the number one crime in their society, right? And the way this is this is a good story told in a clever way, right? So but that's the number one crime in the society. So finally that's revealed, and the punishment is you go outside, and you go outside to clean. There's a monitor outside which you cut, which is like the window. They all got this video window, and then and then there's people who've been outside. They make it a little bit near towards a hill, but they all die from so much poisoning. So she believes that that's all fake, right? There's it's fake footage that they put that they don't make it out. They kill over. So that's why she wants to go out, and she said, "I want to go out." And she said, "Okay, here's what's going to happen. If I go outside, and if it's nice outside, I'm just going to come and I'm going to clean off the sensor so you can see it, and then I'm going to go over the hill, right? But if it's as it seems, if it's desolate and dead, I'm not going to clean the sensor, right? I'm not going to clean it. I'm just going to wave because I know I'm going to die, right?" So she goes outside, and obviously she cleans the sensor. Then she goes up to over the hill, and everyone's cheering, "Yeah, you're making it, yeah!" And she nearly makes it, and she falls over there. But she gets up and she falls over, and she kills over. Essentially, doesn't make it, right? Dies out there, or does she? We don't know. So again, remember, all this was in flashback of him saying, "I want to go out," right? Years later, and then you go back to a couple of years before that, and they introduce this the person who found that hard drive has just been killed, and there's the engineer is saying that he was murdered. So the sheriff, right, the Rashida Jones's husband, goes down to investigate. And Silo is on Apple TV Plus, right? And I would say it's when it finishes, it's totally worth the $5 for the month, 100%. That's the way I look at it. What was I going to say? So with so I'm like, you meet this engineer right at the end. I'm like, oh, it's a woman engineer, of course. Why? Then I realized that it's Rachel Ferguson. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, right? And I see the sexual tension they're going to have already. With his wife gone for years, whatever. So I think that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to watching the second episode. I've seen the third episode of what's it called again? Citadel. Oh, that was a real brain fart moment right there as well. Let me name the file before I forget. So yes, it's Dell. 103. So we'll do a deep dive review of that tomorrow. That's developing a bit of its own entity. The first 2 episodes were very James Bondian, but now this has got a lot sillier in the 3rd episode. Now it's more into like G.I. Joe and Cobra level, but still, and it's a little bit. It looks a little bit cheaper. Like there's all these skiing sequences, you know, with Richard Madden on Blue 3 going, oh. So he throws snow in his direction. And it's clearly not him, right? So, yeah, I like all that. But it's got a lot sillier. We'll do a deep dive review of that. But I like this developing its own visual language. I'm looking forward to seeing what the whole 6 part is. Definitely, it's a boon. It's something I'm enjoying. Fine. I think with that, I'm going to wrap up. Yeah, what else is going on? I think... we didn't look at the fan theories. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see what comes up. I've been want to do that fan theory article, but maybe that'll be tomorrow. Who knows? Or dares to dream. Fine, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to say good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button again.